Hey everyone, welcome back to the Wraith YouTube channel. My name's Deke, and today I'm sharing my thoughts on Mythic Plus, specifically my journey to getting the Keystone Master achievement as a mostly solo, semi-casual player. You probably know me from my delve videos where I've been grinding through all the related achievements. Well, I'm happy to say we've pretty much wrapped that up. After completing every delve on tier 11, getting the glory of the Delver, and taking down Zekvir on tier 2, I apparently still had an itch for WoW's hard mode. And let's face it, once you hit around item level 616, your options for upgrading your gear are pretty limited. You need those ruined badges to make any real progress. I have pugged a couple of heroic raids, but the success rate isn't great with groups there. So Mythic Plus seemed to be the most logical next step, and I kind of started coveting that KSM badge and mount. In previous expansions, I never really felt the draw to Mythic Plus, it just didn't click for me. Honestly, Mythic Plus is one of those things you either love, hate, or you just don't know how to feel about, right? For me, what's motivating me to push for Keystone Master now is that there's no real reason why I shouldn't be able to get it. I'm geared enough, I've got the skills, I just needed to learn the mechanics and get lucky with a few groups. I got a nice little jump start from my friend Dustin. You might know him from Twitch, @yourfrienddustin. He plays heals and is huge into M+. Every time I check my friends list, this guy is in an M+ run. We ran a couple together and that helped me get my feet wet. I also ran some lower keys with a few guildies, which was a blast. Shout out to Sean, Nick, and Bo from the core guild. But if you're aiming for KSM, you really need to put in the effort. And it's not just you. The people you're running with need to match that effort. Here's where pugging comes in. And let me tell you, it can be a bit of a mess. But at the same time, some of my best runs were with full pug groups I picked up from Group Finder. So there's definitely some luck involved too. Just one note about this, I think that the higher keys are actually easier than the lower keys just based on the caliber of player that are trying to do the higher keys. I will say that it can be quite the bummer when you do a +7 run only to start failing on the second to last or last boss, and you take 35, 45 minutes in the dungeon, and then you finally get it down, you stick it out, you open the chest, you don't get any loot, and you get 5 badges. This does not feel good. On top of that, and let me know if you relate with this, but I just don't like failure. I don't like losing. I feel that I should be able to complete the achievement that I've set forward to do, especially when I'm playing my role well. Right? But I'm not always in control of the outcome of every single pull, or if certain players do their mechanics right on the bosses. I can't control other players or their ability to do mechanics better, but one thing that I can actually control is my own emotional reaction to what happens. Basically, I just kind of had to change my mindset every time I queued up to accepting that I might only get a little bit more experience running this specific dungeon out of this run, which, if you look at it that way and you actually learn something, then it actually is worthwhile. Like, for instance, if any of you guys have been trying the Siege of Borealis Mythic Plus, it's a very challenging dungeon. It's kind of difficult as a tank. It's hard to navigate. I have to keep my camera in top down most of the time. Honestly, after I ran it a couple times with some groups and failed, I was easily able to do it on a +7, and it ended up being one of my highest scoring runs at the end. So, is Keystone Master a realistic goal for semi-casual players? Honestly, I'd say yes, with some caveats. Assuming that you're not being carried, you need to understand your class and your spec very well. You need to understand how to use your interrupts and your CCs while continuing to maintain your DPS if you're a DPS class. Same thing goes for a tank. Timing your CCs, interrupts, and stuns, all while keeping up your defensive rotation, is pretty vital to making sure that the pulls go well. Obviously, this goes for heals as well. You want to be putting out some damage, you want to be using your interrupts. But overall, one thing that I would say is DPS, you need to make sure that you're using your defensive cooldowns at the right time to help your healers. Your healers are not always going to be able to keep you up through certain things. You're going to have to do things defensively so that you stay alive during certain mechanics. I really do think delves are the bridge between social, casual play and challenging group play. Is this by design? Is Blizzard cleverly onboarding their casual audience to M+ without us even realizing it? I definitely don't think that I would have been seeking the KSM achievement had I not been doing delves at such a hardcore level and really trying to get all those achievements. I think that kind of got me the bug of wanting to accomplish these things in WoW. Another thing that it could be is that the War Within is actually just that much better than previous expansions, where there are actually things to do for us semi-casual or solo players, which make us engage with the game more. What's your experience been like with gearing up through Delves? Have you made the jump to Mythic Plus? For me, it's been a pretty fun follow-up to hardcore delving. It's a challenge for sure, but one that's rewarding in its own way. If you're on the same path or even just getting started, I hope this gave you a little confidence to keep pushing. What's been your experience with Mythic Plus? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more World of Warcraft discussions and content. And if you like hearing my thoughts and opinions on World of Warcraft, here are some other videos that you can check out from the channel. The YouTube algorithm can be a fickle bitch, so please click on these videos to help me circulate them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.